Hello and happy Friday and happy 1st of March and happy new beginnings. It's so hard to believe that today's the 1st of March. I just can't believe it's happened in an instant. It seems like Christmas was only yesterday in some ways, but I love springtime. I absolutely love it. Now, I know some of you have got snow at the moment, so do let me know. Pop a comment and let me know where you are in the world and what your weather is like. And for those of you who are making snowmen and having a snow day, I'm envious. I love a snow day, I have to say. So I'll sit and wait and see if some of you can come in. I'll have a little peek into Instagram as well and see who's there. Yes, Noelle is in and Magella's in and Grania. Great to see you all. When I'd say now Northern Ireland, Dublin, Longford, Sligo all seem to have a bit of snow. So do let me know where you are in the world, because there's something so cleansing about springtime. I just love it. It's, your garden is beginning to bud and bloom. You're planning interior design projects in your home. You're planning a bit of decoration. I'm designating this month as the month of decluttering, so that we can clear away what doesn't serve us and make space for everything that's good and joyous and happy in our lives. So yeah, people are beginning to come in, and that is fantastic. So today I want to talk to you. I want to give you 5 tips that can improve any room. So I thought, as general advice, these are things that you can really apply to pretty much any single room in your house, which is handy. But I want you to know them. Some of you might have heard before, but I want you to Diana's there too, my lovely hairdresser. Thank you, Diana. These are tips that you can use in any single room. And if you heard them before, that's okay. You probably need to hear them again anyway. First thing I'm going to say to you is, and I've been saying this since the first time I ever came on live, pick your paint color last. I know, particularly if you're moving into a new house, it's so tempting to get the painter in and paint the entire house because you want to move into a fresh space. But I'm telling you, you're doing it wrong. You need to have your things in the room. You need to know. Start with your curtain, start with a cushion, start with something, and then you create and layer your color palette on that. Because if you pick a paint, there are thousands and thousands of paints, but you're stuck to that one paint, and you will find it much harder to match your sofas and your bedroom furniture and your kitchen units and your everything if you don't wait until you've put these elements in place. So build it up, create your scheme, pick your paint color last. You've got thousands to choose from. And one little handy rule of thumb, and if you remember this, you will never, ever, ever go wrong again with picking color in your life. If most fabrics have a base color, so if you pick your paint color, this curtains, cushion's a good example. If you pick your paint color and match it exactly to one of your base colors, so here we could have lilac, we could have grey, we could have cream, we could have white, we could have beige even. Pick your paint to your fabric. You can go a shade deeper, you can go a shade lighter, up and down a tone, doesn't matter. But if you do that, I can promise you, you will have the perfect marriage of color. And if any of you want I wrote a guide, because I know that some of you struggle particularly with picking paints in a north-facing space and an east-facing space. So if anybody like that paint guide, just put me a paint guide in the topics and I will send it off to you, because it's really handy. It's sort of my go-to paint colors for those difficult, tricky spaces. South is easy, west is easy enough, but east and north can be challenging just because of the way the light affects the paint color. And that's another reason why you shouldn't paint your house before you move in. You don't know, if you're moving into a new space, you don't actually know how that light affects and where that light comes in the morning and the evening and the afternoon, how the light reaches through the house. It's just really, really important. So tip number 1, pick your paint color last. I've said it before and I'll say it again 100 million times. Jane is in, and Marion, I hope you're feeling much, much better and healing up. Keith is there. Great to see you all. Fantastic. Okay, second thing, give your furniture some breathing space. Less is more. We are so tempted when we put a new sitting room suite into our room that we push the sofa right up against the wall and we push everything up against the wall. Don't do that. Take the furniture into the room a little bit. Create conversational spaces. Don't clutter your room with too much furniture. It's so tempting to put everything that you have into a room. What you want, and if you're on a budget, this is fantastic, because You don't need tons and tons of furniture. So remember, form always follows function. So what is a function of that space? You know, how many people do you need to be able to sit watching TV? How many people do you need to sit around your dining table? And only when you've figured all of that out, then you go and pick your items. But give your furniture some breathing space. If you have, say you've got a big picture window or a bay window or something, and if you had it cluttered with bits and pieces of furniture, it's going to look awful. If you had one statement piece, like a beautiful chair or 2 chairs and a table in that space, the room has room to breathe, and there's space for that furniture to be appreciated, to look at its best. So if in doubt, take it out. Always, and less is more. And always handy to take a photograph as well. If you take a photograph of your room, it's almost like you're watching a stranger's space, and you can actually see what pieces need to be edited out of that space and what pieces can stay. But don't clutter everything up. This is springtime now. We are decluttering. This is my word for March 2024. I want you to clear the overwhelm, clear the clutter, clear anything that's bothering you. I want you to embrace new beginnings, and this is in your home as well, in your mindset, in everything. Because when you do that, something miraculous actually happens, and good stuff starts to come into your life because you're allowing space for it to happen. Tip number 3, hang your artwork at the correct height. So many people all over this planet hang their art far too high. So always remember the art gallery rule. It's 60 inches. 57 to 60 inches from the floor to the center of your art. A few weeks ago, I did a piece on hanging art. It's a little bit different when you're hanging grippings of art and multiple arts. But if you remember that, 60 inches from the floor to the center of the art, because that is about 57 inches is the average eye height. So you want to be looking at your art. And a few questions came in when I did that piece about what if you've got high ceilings? And what people with high ceilings tend to push their art up the wall. That is the wrong thing to do. The art is not there to complement the high ceiling. The art is there to be enjoyed by you. So unless you're really, really tall, you want to have that art still at the 60 inches rule. You know, if you think about it, in an art gallery, there could be crazy, lofty, big ceilings, but the art isn't going to be flung up the wall. It's actually going to be perfectly positioned where you can see it and enjoy it. So even if you've got high ceilings, you still adhere to that rule. If anybody has any questions at all, and let me have a wee peek on Instagram. Any questions, and I'll answer them on the hoof. Or let's just come in. Nan is saying, great, this is fantastic. I'm not seeing any questions. And I hope that's because there are no questions. It's not that just that I can't see them. No snow in Galway. Okay, but it seems to be plenty in Dublin, and I saw photographs in Longford as well with lots of snow. We actually have a gorgeous day here. It's really, really warm and sunny. It's lovely. I haven't really been out much yet because I've had a busy morning, but I will enjoy it later on. So rule number 3, hang your artwork at the right height. Rule number 4, know how to arrange your furniture on a rug. A rug is a really, really important component of your space. I suppose most of you will have a rug in a living room. You may have it under your dining table, or you may have it in your bedroom, under your bed, particularly if you've got underfloor heating and you've got tiles on your bedroom floor. You might like to have the elegance and the comfort of a rug under your bed, or if you've got a hardwood floor, just have something soft to get out of bed onto. There's nothing like the luxury of, you know, sinking your toes into some gorgeous, fluffy, comfortable carpet. It's pure luxury, but around the bed is enough. So how do you hang? How do you hang your furniture on a rug? How do you arrange your furniture on a rug? And your rug, you could take your design inspiration from your rug if it was multicolored. Oftentimes I will put the entire space together and then put in the rug. And I often find that I could take 3 rugs from a shop, and the one that I think is going to be absolutely spot on perfect might not be, but one of the others is absolutely perfect, because what I want the rug to do is to pull everything together. It's the lipstick, really. It just somehow miraculously pulls everything together. So there's 3 ways that you can arrange furniture on a rug, and one little rule of thumb that I'm going to tell you is I don't think a rug can be too big really for a space. But there's nothing worse than a rug that's too small. You would actually be better off without a rug if it's far too small, because your eye is going to be drawn to this tiny little rug in the middle of the room, too much floor space around it. It's not going to work. So 3 ways to arrange your furniture on the rug. The first is legs on. So if you've got a big room and a big rug, you can have all of the legs on the rug. And this is fine. This is great. Oftentimes this works better with a plainer rug, but if you've got very neutral furniture and you've got color in your rug, and particularly in a contemporary setting, this can be gorgeous because then you can have your cushions and your art in those colors as well to get lots of energy and excitement going on in the room. So that's the first way, legs on the rug. You can also do this if you're having, say you're having a rug under your dining table. Well, if you've got a rug under your dining table, you need to be careful. That rug needs to be big enough. Monica's just come in. Hi, Monica and Jackie. You're all so welcome. On this, under the dining table, the rug needs to be able to accommodate you pushing your chairs back, obviously. So you need to consider that sizing quite carefully. Sorry, I'm distracted there saying hello to everybody. So legs on the rug, legs off the rug. This is probably what I do the most, to be honest, because underneath on the flooring, there's probably a gorgeous hardwood floor or stunning tiles or whatever. So I like to have the furniture off the rug so that it is sitting on the timber, but the rug, you know, and you don't need too much space between your chair and your rug, sort of 6, 7, 8 inches is plenty. But at least you can see the rug and see the floor around the rug, and that's lovely, absolutely gorgeous. And that is probably what I would do the most. But I sometimes put legs on the rug too, particularly if somebody has got a rug they've inherited, maybe it's a big rug. Well, then of course you're going to use that to its maximum, and you're going to have all the furniture on it. And there's another way that you can do it as well, and that's front legs on, back legs off. I don't do this too much either because I have a thing about levels. I like, if you're going from room to room, I hate saddle boards. Don't even know why saddle boards were ever invented on day one. I like to have, maybe it's a nurse in me, maybe it's a safety thing, I don't know, but it's probably an aesthetic thing too. But you can style your front legs on the rug if you wish. One good thing about that is it does make it quite conversational because there's something quite intimate about the front legs being on the rug and you're closer to the people around you. But anyway, so that's something, that's another tip that you can do to improve a room if you've got a rug in it. Now, this is a very important one. Tip number 5, create a focal point in every single room. I walk into your hall, I want my eye to be drawn to something stunning, whether it's a lovely view out into your garden or a view of the sea or the ocean, whether it's a gorgeous console table with a mirror and flowers, and it's just, I want something beautiful to catch my eye the minute I walk in. If I walk into your kitchen, maybe it's a canopy or the overmantel over your range cooker. In your living room, it could be your fireplace. In your bedroom, your bed. In your bathroom, maybe there's a gorgeous freestanding bath opposite a window. Focal points are really important, and every single room needs to have one. And I can remember ages ago, somebody asked me if I would do a live, which I did, about how to create a focal point when there isn't a natural focal point, i.e. maybe it's a contemporary home and there isn't a fireplace. A beautiful piece of art can be your focal point. A stunning view can be your focal point, but it has to be something that catches your attention and that is joyous and is gorgeous to look at. And if you get into the habit of doing this, it's a good thing to do. It browns every single room, but I'm telling you, Marie's come in, and Laura and Noreen, and this is great. Delighted to see you all. You're so welcome. 1st of March. Yeah, this is an important day, I think. It's a day that we change our mindset and become a little bit more optimistic of the good weather and the longer evenings and all the good stuff that's in front of us. So creating your focal point. And when you're creating your focal point, it's important to consider your sight lines, because when I'm designing a home, I don't want each room to be an entity in itself. I want there to be flow in that house, because when there's flow in that house, there's very positive energy. It creates a really good feeling, and one room flows effortlessly into another. Someday I will actually do a piece about how to create flow and ways that you can do that to achieve flow in your house. And I'm not talking about matchy decor, that every room has to be the same. That's not what I'm meaning. And in fact, anybody who has Sharing the Secrets, my Sharing the Secrets interior design course is no longer available to sell. I've taken it off the market. So for everybody who was lucky enough to get it, happy days, fantastic. You're going to enjoy it, and a great time of year to have had it and to have got it at such a bargain. I'm planning something really special, and that's why I decided it was time to let sharing the secrets go. So, but for those of you who sent me, I got some panicked emails saying, I bought that course and I did it, but I want to do it again, or I bought that course and I haven't had time to look at it yet. Does this mean I can't access it after last night at 12 o'clock? No, you have access for life. You just can't buy it anymore. Even if you want to buy it, it's not for sale anymore. So enjoy it, love it, learn so much from it, but you have access forever. And if anybody lost their link, some of you have lost your links to Share the Secrets, send me an email and I'll send it back to you. But enjoy it. So sightlines, really, really, really important. And when you have a focal point, I would love you to have a focal point, say in another room that I can actually come in your front door. I'll use our old house as an example. Come in our front door. There were double doors, always a big square hall, black and white tiled floor, gorgeous, massive, big black console there that my mum bought me with a gorgeous fuchsia shade on the lamp and a photograph of her, and it was lovely. But there were double doors into a living room that was beyond that hall. So your sightlines carried you straight out into the view of Lough Swilly. And here's a little example. On the plans of our house, those double doors were not meant to be there. So for anybody who's building a house, observe your plans carefully. There was actually meant to be a single door, and the stairs were coming up and around. And I decided to put the stairs, there was a big recess to the left of the door as you came in. So the stairs actually went up there and returned around, giving me this gorgeous double door. And to be honest, the reason I picked that or took that idea aboard and got our architect to change everything was because I didn't like the idea of having this single door as you walked in the hall door. You know, it wasn't impressive really. I felt the double doors would be so much more impressive. But what I didn't realize was that those double doors were opposite a window with a stunning view. And we would never have had that view. So the impact coming into that house would have been totally different had we stuck to our plans. So consider your sight lines. If you say I'm coming into your hall, maybe I can see into your kitchen and I can see the overmantel over your cooker. Or maybe I can see the gorgeous fireplace and the mirror or the art above it. I want to be able to see beyond the space that I'm in. And, you know, when you get used to doing this, it becomes easy. It becomes easy. Hi, Yvonne. Does a smart TV or fireplace a focal point of a lounge? Sadly, yes, it is. Communication is key. A flow discussion, and not that TV is taken over socializing as you get me. Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm not a TV person. People laugh and say, and you've been on television a good few times, but I don't watch much television. But yet, I think there's one time that I do actually incorporate a TV into a focal point, and that is if in a contemporary build, if you've got a low slung electric, probably fireplace or bioethanol or something like that, and then you've got the smart TV above it, to actually complement each other in a very good way. Look, at TV is part of life, and yes, I wanted you to be encouraged to turn off the television and sit and chat and have your cup of tea or have, you know, whatever you have, and chat to your family. I encourage that. I encourage quiet spaces for reading, but we all watch TV at some point. So I don't really have a problem with the TV being part of the focal point. Maybe not the entire focal point, but it's okay. It's okay, Yvonne, because that's the way life is, and we all watch television, kids watch television. But if you can try and have something else as a focal point, and having the fireplace above it is going to make it much more attractive. So I hope that answered that question. Let me see if there are any Instagram questions. Sarah's come in, Lorraine Carey, Pauline, Noreen, Marie Mullen. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Delighted to see you all. That's great. Maybe it's a snow day that you're all having, and you're not telling me. Is there snow in Lifford, Yvonne? Has it come to Donegal yet? Please tell me where you are. And, you know, I saw gorgeous photographs on Instagram this morning and kids out having fun. It was lovely, absolutely lovely. And maybe it's cleansing that you've got snow now on the 1st of March. But I do urge you, you all know that I'm starting my Reset 24, my decluttering. It's a 5-week live course on Monday evening at 7 o'clock. Some of you are already on board. We did this in January. It was so powerful. It was just incredible. The girls who did it achieved the most amazing things because it's a step-by-step, week-by-week, kind of easy peasy decluttering. I start you off very gently. We start with the living room, and there's a system that I use. And the lovely thing about this course is it's not just declutter, declutter, declutter. There's a bit of mindset work. And then when we've done the decluttering of each room, we embrace the interior design, because for anybody who's thinking of revamping a room, don't revamp it without decluttering first. Honestly, I promise you. Actually, I see some love hearts coming in. Shoot me the love hearts, because when you give me love hearts or thumbs up or even an angry emoji, Facebook will actually show it to everybody else. And you're all flying into Instagram, so that's great. So do consider, honestly, if you've never decluttered before, if you're terrified of it. Some of the girls who joined us in January were terrified, even up to the last day. They thought, gee, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And life got in the way of many of them, but it was amazing. And I decided to do something. Everybody who did that course in January, I'm gifting it to them to do it in February, so they can catch up again or go over pieces. Or sometimes if you listen to something again, I probably come up with different tips and different ideas, although the premise of the system is going to be the same, because we start off with living room, then we move into kitchen, bathroom, which is easy. It's just a system, no emotion involved there really. Then we get into your bedroom, plenty of emotion in the bedroom, tons of emotion and guilt and God knows what in your walk-in closet or your wardrobe and all those clothes and shoes. One of the girls who's joining us says she has 200 pairs of shoes and she doesn't wear many of them at all. So plenty of emotion there, but we work through that. Then we tackle the disaster area, that area that everybody has, be it your attic, your hot press, the area under your stairs, maybe your kitchen cupboards, larder cupboard, every house has one. We tackle that. And then at the end, we work on decluttering with sentimental items, which is difficult, particularly if somebody has passed away, and there's emotion and guilt and sadness and love and everything tied up in it. So it's a beautiful, beautiful program. It's 5 weeks. And if anybody's interested, just put me a little reset 24 or decluttering in the comment box, and I will happily send you the details, because I'd love to have a full house on Monday evening, because everybody gets a lot out of it. So it's an ongoing course as well. You get lifetime access, and you get, when you finish the course too, then you get a whole set of recorded modules sent to you. So you always have backup, always. No snow in Lifford, but bitterly cold. The fire's on already. That's one thing I miss. Wish I was in Spain. Oh, listen, it's gorgeous now. I have to say today is beautiful. I think the weather's going to be lovely for the weekend. And I don't take this for granted. I give thanks for it every single day. Every morning when I do my gratitude, I absolutely give thanks. But I think if it was in Donegal or in wherever you got snow, I would be delighted to have a wee bit of snow as well today. So there are 5 tips for you that you can do in any single room. So I wanted something that almost was like a general knowledge tip of interior design, so that you can apply these to any single room. So remember, pick your paint color last. Do not be tempted, because paint is available to pick a paint color before you have picked something to determine your color scheme. Honestly, I'll say that until I'm 95, and that's the truth, because that's the only way you're going to have. If you do this, you're going to have an amazingly successful room. And if you want my paint guide for the awkward rooms, the east and north, just give me send me a little paint guide in the comment box, and I'll send that off to you. I'll email that to you this afternoon. Let your furniture have some breathing space. Don't have everything crowded and puddled into a room. Move it out, let it go. Get good energy going in your space. Hang your artwork at the right height, which is 60 inches from the floor to the center of the art. That's the art gallery rule. It's been there since time immemorial. It works. And how to arrange your furniture on the rug, whether you want the rug on, or the furniture on the legs on, legs off, all on, off, all off. It doesn't matter. The size of the rug and the size of the space will determine, and maybe even your personal preference. Maybe you prefer one look over the other. Creating your focal point, really, really important. But remember your sight lines when you're doing that. And if you want to join us on Monday evening for Reset 24, where we will help you easily, painlessly, and systematically declutter your home. Honestly, feedback has been powerful, absolutely powerful. Nobody struggled last time round, and there was lots of life getting in the way between sicknesses, illnesses, broken bones, kids sick, and that's why now I'm delighted to be able to invite those girls back in to join us starting again on Monday, which will be amazing. So have a gorgeous weekend, and we're going to have a fabulous March. And I'll be back on Monday, and I can't wait. It'll go in a heartbeat. So listen, enjoy yourself wherever you are. Any questions, pop them in here, and I'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. And because it's so bright, there's a little cursor that I have to use to hit the reset button and or I should say end live video button. And there we go. Okay, so there's the lights off in Instagram. And now I'm going to turn the lights off here on Facebook and YouTube. So have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.